Howdy guys, welcome to Plumbing with Tim. Today we're heading over beachside to go take a look at what I believe is an 80-gallon RHEEM hybrid heater. They say that we installed it a year or two ago. We're going to go over and troubleshoot it because it's sending off some codes to try to figure out what's going on with it. So I'll see you there. Alright, so we're here. Gonna have to find a way to get in here. I think there's a code in a box to open up that garage door because that's where the heater is. Ain't she a beauty? RHEEM hybrid. Let's see what we got here. Can't tell how many gallon this is. It's 80 gallon. Right there, it says 80 gallon. I'm not really sure what's going on here. This doesn't look like something that we put in because there's no pan, and these require a pan. Because this is a little sensor that sits down in the pan that'll send you a message over your smartphone or device and let you warn you if there's moisture that's sitting down in the pan, and it'll shut the heater down. But whoever put this in without a pan. That's why I don't think it was us that put this in, because we always put our heaters in a pan. So I'm gonna have to get a hold of the customer and find out what exactly it is that he's having a problem with this heater, and then we'll be back. All right, I need to call the homeowner up. This thing is beeping, hear it? I guess something to do with it was defaulting, he had to reprogram it or something. I don't know why it's beeping. It may be a code for something that's not right, but I'm gonna call the homeowner and I'm gonna find out exactly what is going on with this heater, and then we'll have to investigate it from here. These water heaters, it's this filter up top. This is a Prestige 80-gallon RHEEM hybrid, and these have to be made sure to keep clean. The exhaust, because there's a heat pump in here and a blower motor. It looks like it's been cleaned out also. That can be one of the issues, but it's not. Also, I'm looking at this hose that was put up to this because these particular brands require condensation. Somebody did a loop job, ran that down and outside through the wall and out here into this hose. I'm wondering if that hose has some sort of restriction. So I'm gonna take it off and take a look. Just coming out of there. And if water ends up coming out of this area here, that means that this hose is restricted, and that could be causing it to throw a code. So let's go ahead and take this off and take a look and see what the situation is, or maybe the hose is plugged. The water hasn't been condensating properly out of here. I took that hose off and it dumped water down on there. I don't know who put this in. It doesn't look like our style. It looks like they put a trap sort of style in there. There's just not enough pressure out of there. I think that hose might be clogged, which I'm not saying this is going to be the problem until, if I can't figure out what's happening, we're going to end up having to call RHEEM and troubleshoot it ourselves. But let's start with a smoking gun by cleaning out that hose. Partner's blowing that out. We got some more water out of there. I just don't think the water has been condensating the way it's supposed to out of there. It might have tripped the sensor, causing that thing to throw error code, and it's still running and stuff. It's just been, you know, kind of problematic down here, and I'm gonna have to research and see if it's something that's required or whatever. But I know on air conditioning, on the condensation lines, they always make some sort of trap, whatever. This I don't know if this is supposed to do this or not, so I'm kind of learning. But I do know when I took this thing off, a whole bunch of water rolled out of here. So, and when I looked outside here originally, this was all dry, so there was no condensation whatsoever that was coming out here. I have reason to believe, whether this is a problem or not, that is a problem, and that's not really the way it's supposed to. If you guys know something more about this than I do, please leave a comment down below. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that loop out of there and try to make it more of a gradual descent, so this condensation doesn't end up having any restrictions. Tape back on here. We cleared the line out and all that stuff. We got rid of that loop. We're going to make it more of a, you know, an unrestricted deal, and we're gonna stick around for a little while and see if that starts beeping and throwing a code again. And if it does, then we're gonna have to move on and troubleshoot something else. Took that loop that you saw was sitting in there, kind of got it gradually going outside. Just know that these types of heaters have sensors in them all over the place, and it's very possible that enough condensation built up in there from restriction and that loop and stuff that was in it, which it sent off a code. So we're gonna go out here and I'm gonna take that excess hose, we're gonna cut it back shorter, and then we're gonna stick around and see if it starts beeping again. We know that filter's good up there. And that's reading at 130 degrees. It's not sending me any kind of codes or anything, so we're gonna look through the settings and the status and stuff like that and see if there's anything that we can find out. All right, so we're going through the settings. It's saying it's where he set it at. All right. Temporary display, Fahrenheit, no screen, beep on alarm. So it's enabled, meaning that there was an alarm. Eco network instance, 1. High temp adjust enable, no. Heat override time, 3 days. The Wi-Fi setup. All right, so let's go back over into status. Water heater mode off, no demand. Everything else is off. EXV current position 100%. Let's go to sensors. Everything looks good. There's no smoking guns here on this point. Let's go back out here, look at service. There's the phone numbers, all this stuff. If we need, water heater test is off. Alarms, there's alarm that is beeping. Look at that, alarm history. Condensate blocked. Unclogged the line. Look at that. I guess we just figured it out. We just troubleshot this thing. Let's clear the history and clear the alarms. Let's go back out of here, and we're gonna hang out because we got an hour on the service call and see if that alarm is going off again. Good job. All right, so it's been the best part of an hour that we've been sitting here, just kind of hanging out, waiting to listen to this thing beep and go off and stuff. Nothing's happening. And you saw when I pulled this up on this screen here that there was multiple codes and alarms that were set off for a clogged condensation line that they had looped in here. I took that loop out, blew it out, and got it set stuff. I want to show you one more time on this display panel, if you're a plumber or homeowner, how to go about going and doing this and troubleshooting. And it's pretty much going to tell you what's wrong and what's good. All right, not to beat a dead horse, but one more time. If you need to do something in here to figure out what's happening, you're going to hit your service, and right up here is the phone number, as well as your serial number and your software version number, all that other stuff, product model number. You can call the people at RHEEM, and they will be glad to walk it through with you. Whatever problems, maybe it's something that's throwing a code and you don't know about that, or the first thing to start doing. It could be something that's up inside of here where the circuit boards are, or the blower motor, all that stuff you don't know. But that's the first thing you want to take a look at when you're having a problem with one of these heaters. Well, hey, that's all the time we got for this one. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching me troubleshoot a RHEEM hybrid water heater and stuff. Pay attention to this video because you're going to end up either installing these or working on them. And remember, these heaters require having a pan with the leak detection sensor that's sitting inside of there. If not, it's going to be throwing its alarms and you won't be able to get that notice on your smartphone or device, especially if you're a snowbird and your water heater starts leaking in the pan. You'd like to know if you're up north somewhere or you're down south, wherever you're at, so that way you can get a hold of a local plumber to come out and fix it. Thanks so much for hanging out on this one. Any questions or comments, leave them down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, it's been Plumbing with Tim. Keep plumbing.